This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Yo, happy Wednesday, the Jason Walker Show, Major Mortgage Man Cave, the show presented by our good friends at Capital Collision Center. If you have been in a wreck, if you need anything done to your vehicle, Capital Collision Center will take care of you. The customer service, unbelievable. The relationships, unbelievable. And it is a local family business. Big show today. We're going to talk to Patrick Cosina. Pat used to play football for Carroll College. He's now working with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And I want to get his thoughts on the difference between NAI football, Big Ten football, and we'll check in with his family as well, which includes the Cassie Cosina, who also known as Cassie Hashley. So that's coming up. Big on this day in history. We got to talk a little bit of rodeo as well, and a whole lot of stuff coming up. Let's see here. What are we doing? Sharing videos? I don't know what. This new Facebook thing is kind of weird. Can I just hit share? Is that possible? I don't know what we're doing. Okay, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. The Jason Walker Show here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, as we mentioned. And a lot of, like I said, a big show coming up today. And lots of fun. Big on this day in history, too, which is pretty cool. And let's see. We had something else we were going to talk about. Well, we'll get to it. But let's start with, there's some breaking news. And we will get our COVID update. But there's some breaking news. Scott Breen, MTN Montana Sports, just tweeted out a couple of minutes ago, right before we came on the air, that Yellowstone County has... So each school in Yellowstone County now has the approval to figure out if they want spectators at their events. Apparently, a number of area school administrators met with the county health department today, and each school now will come up with its own individual plan. So, supposed to be a news conference tomorrow. Huntley Project came out and said they're going to allow parents to attend events starting Saturday. The AA schools, Senior West Skyview, along with Billings Central, are all going to come up with their own plans. So now it appears that Lewis and Clark County will be the only ones not allowing fans in the stands, unless that changes drastically here in the next week, which, wait for it, before next Friday night's AA openers, you will have parents in the stands in Lewis and Clark County. Just saying. There's a certain guy that's running for a Senate seat that is the governor, Governor Steve Bullock, who miraculously will come in and save the day, I bet, across the state as well. Because he's taking quite the beating, and rightfully so. But we'll see how it happens. But it's all going to come out next week. But Yellowstone County apparently is going to start allowing fans based off each individual school. And that coming from Scott Breen at MTN Sports. So there you go. Here's your Montana COVID update for the day. 183 new cases reported. 1,998 active cases. There are 150 actively in the hospital. and 109 deaths. 5,584 have recovered. 955 in Yellowstone County active. 268 in Rosebud, 150 Bighorn, 112 Cascade, 129 in the Flathead. Other big counties, Missoula 44, Lewis and Clark 14, Gallatin up to 45. And 40 at Hill County. And then Glacier County has 44 active. So that is your COVID update. Let's see, what else is going on? If you were trying to listen on the Podbean, we're having some issues connecting. This wind wreaks havoc up here with the Jason Walker Show. But like I said, if you have a good internet provider, recommend it, please, because the one we have sucks. For sure. But anyway. All right. We also are back on Treasure State Radio today, which is awesome. So hopefully we're going to stay connected over to there. Let's see. You can also watch on Facebook. You can watch on Twitter. You can watch on YouTube, and then listen Network One Sports, Treasure State Radio, and the Podbean. So, okay. So Victory Sports Network, who I've done a lot of work with over the years. Barry Fouts is their senior writer, and Barry does a great job covering the NAI. And he normally has a what's you call it, the Super 16, but without a season, so to speak, because some of them are going to play in the fall, some NAI teams are going to play in the spring, like the Frontier. So he's come out with his fall group top 10. So these are teams that are going to start in the fall. Some of these are in the Midwest. Some of them are in Florida. But Morningside, number one. This is a really good team. And they've won 2 in a row, looking for a three-peat. Joe Dolinchuk's their quarterback, and he's a stud. And then Grandview, Iowa, Baker, Kansas, Northwestern, Iowa, Kaiser, Florida, which had such a great breakout season last fall. Let's see, Southeastern, Benedictine, Kansas, Evangel, Bethel, Kansas, and Dickinson State. So the North Star is going to try to play in the fall. And Dickinson State is in the 10. So those are the fall top 10. So Barry's also got his spring top 10. These are teams that are going to play in the spring. Marion, which is really good. The Knights, looking in the, what are they, in the mid-states. Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky. Concordia, Michigan. St. Francis, Indiana at 4. Cumberland's 5. The Cumberlands. Reinhardt out of Georgia at 6. St. Xavier at 7. Then he's got Montana Tech at 8. And Barry says, when predicting the Frontier, perhaps the most competitive of all NAIA leagues, you have to go with who has the most returning, and it's Tech, at least on offense. You got Blake Counts, Tyler Folks, Jet Campbell, Trevor Hoffman on defense, Logan Kalatachuk, Paul Sundquist, Kyle Sampson's first year, which is getting delayed a little bit and starting in the fall. But he's got Montana Tech as his number 8 team that's starting in the spring. And then Indiana Wesleyan. And then at 10, he's got Carroll. Saints were 6-4 last year. 3 of those losses by 1 score, all on the road. You've got Devin Bridgewater, Matthew Burgess returning, super sophomores this year. Defense should be pretty good. So he's got Carroll at number 10 for the spring. He considered the College of Idaho and UM Western. College of Idaho, I'm surprised that, and I'll get Barry on. We'll get Barry on the show, but College of Idaho went 10-0 last year and made a deep run into the playoffs. And yes, they lose Darius James Peterson at quarterback, but DJP, talking to people that close to the Yotes program, wasn't even the best quarterback on the team last year when he was the best player in the Frontier last year. So watch for the College of Idaho possibly to run the table again in the spring. This is a very good football team Mike Morosky has down there in Caldwell. So I just found that interesting. Little preseason stuff to talk about with the NAI, and stuff that we'll obviously keep an eye on once the seasons get going. And so yeah, let's see what else is going on. We have. Let's see if I can share this yet. There we go. What else were we going to talk about in this first segment? I think that was it. We have a Northern Rodeo Finals update that some of you may have already heard. National Finals Rodeo update. Big On This Day in History coming up. And a big walk-off, too. Okay, brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. And, if you want to weigh in on anything, you can. Anytime. JasonWalkerShow.com. You can tweet us. You can email us. You can Facebook us. You can text. You can call. Okay? Just get in on the show. It is great to have Treasure State Radio back on and working. They had some issues with their servers, so we're back with them. But if you don't have Treasure State Radio, you can download it Google Play or the App Store. And yeah, fun stuff here. Always fun. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to former Carroll athlete Patrick Cosina, football player.
Manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home, Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn. Still to come on this day in history, we're going to talk some rodeo and a whole lot more. And a big walk-off as well. So that is coming up. But I hope he's still there. We bring him in on the Mike Miller State Farm hotline. He suited up for Carroll. I gave you a hard time yesterday. I don't know. Did you ever see the field?
Wow.
I mean, did you get on? Did you get in?
Oh, yeah. I got in there. I got in there one kickoff play.
Okay. Okay.
I think I should have been credited with the whole tackle. It might have just been a half.
You got a half tackle? Okay.
Yeah, I got an assist or something like that.
Let me give you the proper full introduction. He is a former Carroll football player. He is currently working with the University of Nebraska. His name is Patrick Cosina. How are you?
Hey, I'm just living the dream, man. Happy to be on here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how's your summer been?
Oh, I don't know. It's been good. You know, we've made out of it pretty fortunate. There are a lot of people everywhere that have been impacted so much more than us. We have been very blessed, but it's been pretty boring. But at the same time, all day at home with the 2-year-old is pretty fun. We took advantage of it. We got him potty trained. So
nice.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. How about you?
Good. It's going well. As you know, we have the 2-year-old as well, and they've been promised to each other before they were both born because we need height in our family. And I'm afraid that Winnie's going to be short, and your big boy is going to be a big dude because, well, you're tall, and then of course the Hashley side is going to be pretty big as well.
Yeah, he's got some good genes, that's for sure.
He definitely did. So how is the family? How's the wife, Cassie, and then Brett?
They're doing well. Brett's just growing like a weed. We think he's perfect, but terrible twos are a thing. I just want to get that out there. But they're doing well. Cassie's doing well. Of course, she's just killing it in everything that she does, work-wise and being a mother. So, they're the perfect support system, that's for sure.
No doubt about that. What's Lincoln, Nebraska like this time of year?
Well, flat and humid. But in a typical year, it's buzzing. We just got students back on campus 2 weeks ago or so, and this town takes on a completely different makeup when students are in town and on campus and things like that. So, in a normal year, we're gearing up for a football game this weekend, but the Big Ten has told us that will not be happening. So it's different right now, but at the same time, there's a ton of support and I think just very eager to get student athletes back out there. And our donors have been just fantastic, and our support system has been fantastic through this whole thing, and supporting them in any way that they can.
Patrick Cosina, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show. So you're the Athletic Administration GA. What does that mean?
Well, that's a good question. It's I got my hand in a lot of different pots this year. Once we found out there was going to be no season as of right now, we reached back out to season ticket holders and donors and obviously gave them some options as far as what they wanted to do with their season ticket payment, their donation payment, things like that. So I got a fundraising side of it. I'm working with community relations, marketing, compiling a lot of research for Bill Moose, the athletic director here, and his senior staff. Just trying to give them as much information as possible going forward for what other institutions, what our peer institutions are doing to kind of mitigate this financial impact and staffing things and stuff like that. So, it's really whatever they want me to do.
How, when you talk to season ticket holders, are they, what is their feeling like? I mean, these are rabid fans, the Cornhuskers. We know about Cornhusker fans. What's their feeling been like the last couple of months?
Well, first off, our fan base is very, very elderly. And, our sellout streak started in 1962. We have 375 consecutive home games sold out at Memorial Stadium. And, a lot of the fans that were a part of that are still here, and they're still donors or things like that. I mean, it's very elderly, so they're bummed out. But I would say the other big part of the makeup is farmers, obviously, in agriculture. And so when we asked them, if a spring season were to happen, would you be interested in coming to games? A lot of them said, that's part of the crop season as well. And it's just part of what you're going to get down here. But they've been very supportive. We have had just an outpouring of support from our fan base. We have had contributions into our day-by-day fund, which is a fund that we went ahead and set up to help support our student athletes through all of this. So we've had a lot of donations back to the athletic department, like I said, to mitigate that financial impact. So they're bummed, they're heartbroken, like you said, they're rabid to say the least. Coming from Montana, Montana takes football pretty seriously, and anybody will tell you that. But it's a whole different ball game down here. You're the only show, in town. It's on a whole nother level. I got to be honest, but they're awesome. They are the best fans in the world. That is not an understatement.
But when you look at, and this is one of the questions I wanted to have you on, you got ready, you saw firsthand what an NAIA season like, or the Big Sky in Montana, but it's a different ball game, and you saw it firsthand last year with the Big Ten. What was the biggest difference? Obviously, take out crowd size and all of that and player size, but the biggest noticeable difference between getting ready for a game on a Saturday in Helena versus Lincoln, Nebraska?
It's very businesslike. At Carroll or in Montana, it's pretty structured. Here it is down to the minute, and it is down to every interaction that a football player has, that Coach Frost has, that Bill Moose has. It is so structured. It'll make your head spin. They shoot off the cannon and the fireworks when the team leaves the Cornhusker Hotel, which is right in downtown Lincoln. It's where they stay Friday nights. So they have it down to a science, and it's pretty incredible to watch. The marketing side and the community engagement, bringing people out on the field, it is a science.
So did you get to go onto the field at all, like last year and with all of this stuff, and take me through that? Yeah. So, I would say the first year in our program is very much you're volunteering a lot in the athletic department as much as you can. And so Saturdays and really any event here, which was kind of the cool thing, was that you just reached out to people, whether it was Husker Vision, whether it was marketing or community relations or, I don't know. There are so many possibilities, and just offer event management's another good one. You just offer your services and just ask to shadow and to learn, and they are so gracious in bringing young people on and getting them the experience. So yeah, I would say I was out on the field. The first one was tough. A lot of people kind of wanted to get the South Alabama game taken care of and then see what was happening after that. So the South Alabama game, I was in the stands. In Ohio State, I was in the stands, which kind of sucked, but I was able to help out ESPN and College Game Day, College Game Day was a bucket list item of mine. So to be able to be a part of it was phenomenal, and getting to campus at 5 a.m. And being one of the last ones there. We had students camping out, and they were already loud by 5 a.m. It's just, it's amazing. And so, yeah, I was on the field a lot. It was an unbelievable experience. It is so much fun, but game day is a beast. Tell me how loud it was compared to, Nelson could get loud. We know Washington Grizz, we know Bobcat Stadium, but you've got a lot more people in Nebraska at Memorial Stadium than you do at Nelson Stadium on a Saturday.
Yeah, actually, and that's a funny question because I came down here a couple of years ago. Coach Riley was still here, and it was the last game of the season. The Huskers really were not that good. Obviously, Riley was gone, I think, the season after. But I came down for a Maryland game, and as cool as the atmosphere was, I remember thinking to myself, oh, my goodness, this is 90,000 people, and Washington Grizzly is louder than this. It really was not – it was pretty underwhelming. Coach Frost brought a whole new energy. It is unbelievably loud. You can't even hear yourself think. That's why I have so much more respect for the marketing people and the communications and stuff like that. I kind of fangirl over it. I stand down there on the field, and I find myself looking around a lot and just being thankful for where I'm at. But they're pretty locked in, and they get their stuff done. And the fact that they can hear themselves think and communicate effectively is very impressive. But It's loud. It's third down, fourth down. It's a whole nother ball game.
Patrick Cosina joining us here. Jason Walker Show, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. All right, so the Big Ten canceled its season, and I'm not going to ask you any specifics. We've already talked, what we were going to mention, but when they canceled the season or postponed it, but now there's talk of starting in October or around Thanksgiving, and I mean, there's a lot of questions as far as, can you guys get a season going in the Big Ten in a month and a half? I mean, really in a month, because I think October 12th was a date I saw that they want to start playing by.
Yeah, those are conversations that are being had with Commissioner Warren and Bill and Coach Frost, and I'm not at that pay grade yet. I'm not in those meetings yet. But I can tell you from being around these student athletes and being around the coaching staff and the administration, if they want to ratchet it up in October, the Huskers are ready to play. I mean, they've worked pretty hard, and I think they've just kind of blocked out the outside noise and said, okay, wherever, whenever, we're ready to play. And I know that Coach Frost is really preaching that to his players, that we don't know what the next move is. And so when we figure it out, we need to be ready to go. And so I think he'll have them ready. Like I said, I don't know what the next move will be. So
Patrick Cosina, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. Compare, because I'm sure you've been to a practice with Coach Frost or in a meeting around him. Compare him to Coach Van Diest and the intensity.
Yeah. All right. Well, Van Diest, it could just be a difference of the size of program. Because Van Diest, I mean, no matter who was in the PE center, walking up and down the hallways, if Van Diest saw you, he stopped, shook your hand. And he knew enough people. He probably knew who you were. Ironically, I walked into work today with Coach Frost. He is a man of few words. He is all business, and what little I could get out of him is just that they are locked in. We had a big time commitment last week from Fort Howard Bend out of Council Bluffs that we all around here, we think he has a potential to earn his 5th star this year, which would be huge for Coach Frost in that program. And so I congratulated Coach on a great signing class, and he just said, we still have work to do. And, they don't get caught up in it. They are continuing to look forward at what other recruits they can get for 21. And this week, we were able to start talking to recruits for the class of 22. And, they don't stop, and they don't, count their eggs before they're hatched. It's all business. And I'm sure that right now, I think if I'd have caught Coach Frost in the off season, actually I spoke with him in February, and he couldn't have been nicer to me, gave me the time of day. He was jacked up when I told him I was from Montana. So I think he has a lot going on right now, but,
sure.
But he's a great guy. He will say hello whenever you do. He doesn't act holier than thou, and he's kind of a golden goose around here. He's a Nebraska guy. He's national championship quarterback. I mean, he's the guy, and he's the guy that we wanted leading our team. But he just is a normal dude, and I think Coach Van Diest kind of had that same mentality that he was just a football coach, and while he was a great guy, and while he has experienced more success than most coaches will in their entire life, Coach Van Diest he'd stop and talk to you, and when he cared about you, he cared about his players. And I think that's one of the biggest similarities that I see between those two men is they will go to fight for their players. Absolutely. No matter what, no matter who. So that's a great thing in a head football coach, any coach at all.
Does Coach Frost?
Rochelle Sayers is the same way.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I love Coach Sayers. All the coaches at Carroll are fantastic. Does Coach Frost actually know your name, though?
That's yet to be determined. I would like to think he does. He walks past me about every day, and I have a nameplate right outside where I sit. So I don't know. He might. He probably just thinks, oh, there's that kid that is fangirls over me every time I see him. But talking with some of the other employees, they said, that kind of wears off. He's just a normal guy at the end of the day. But to me, it's still pretty new, and interacting with somebody like him is very cool. But I don't know. I think he does.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe he just calls you Montana. Maybe that's
right?
Yeah. We'll just go with that. I mean, that works.
Yep.
How often have you guys gotten home in the last year and a half, 2 years?
Well, we try to get home for either Thanksgiving or Christmas. I've told Cassie, and we've had these conversations, that if I'm working in big-time college athletics, which I would like to be, that is my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving might be something where family has to travel to us, because we, at Nebraska, we have a Black Friday game, which I worked this last year, so I couldn't go home for Thanksgiving. I had given my commitment to an employee that I was going to work with, so Thanksgiving will probably be one that they travel to see us, but we've gotten back a couple times. We got back for Christmas. We got back for a couple parties this year, as far as like bachelor, bachelorette. Shout out Matt McHugh, the groom. So we get back a little bit, but it's not extremely easy. We've been driving it, which isn't horrible. It's just long.
How long is that?
Oh, it's about 17 hours. I think the day that we went from Great Falls all the way to Lincoln was about 17 hours.
Wow. And with a little one, that makes it tough.
Yeah, Jason, he has been a rock star. Every time we're in the car, he entertains himself. He watches his cartoons. He points out every fire truck and every tractor between here and Montana. So he keeps himself busy, and then being potty trained, I think he just understands when he needs to go to the bathroom and that he doesn't want to sit in it. So he tells us, I got to go potty, and we pull over and he goes. And but he's been awesome.
Well, he is awesome. I mean, but it's cool. With a boy, it's a little different. You can pull over on the side of a road on a road trip and just let him go in the weeds. But with a girl, it's a little different.
Yeah, we got like a little potty that we travel with too.
Oh.
That if he needs to sit down, it like kind of goes into a little cup, and then you rinse it out at the next stop. And the joys of being a parent. But
Absolutely.
It's all good.
Absolutely. Patrick Cosina, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. So has he been recruited yet by Coach Frost?
I'm trying to get him a tryout. Okay. Cassie had an obligation the other day, so she dropped him off with me at the stadium, and we went into the Hawks indoor facility, which is where the team practices. And I was really hoping Coach Frost would come in and see the potential he has, but
not yet.
Not yet. That's, like I said, he's got bigger fish to be frying right now.
Well, that usually, as you know, Pat, that usually starts with the assistants getting, the word, and then they see him first, and then they tell the head coach, and then it becomes, then the recruiting. So.
Yeah, well, I need Matt Lubick to step up. He's our OC down here, and of course his dad, Sonny Lubick, is a Montana legend, and Matt's a Western Bulldog himself. So maybe I can get him in front of Coach Lubick, and then one thing leads to another. So. But,
Well, recruiting, it just starts earlier and earlier. I mean, they're recruiting 8, 9, 10-year-olds now. So why not a 2-year-old?
Yeah, no, we see this stuff on Twitter, and I don't know if it's just the way that I was raised or the time period in which I was a high school athlete. But, man, some of the stuff that these kids put out today is just it's a lot. I don't know. You got kids announcing now that they were invited to junior days. Well, when I was in high school, everyone was invited. It was whoever showed up. So
it's crazy. Like, and even Coach Van Diesen and I have talked about this in the past too, where we don't need to hear about literally every single offer you've got. Like, wait till you sign, wait till you actually get on campus, and then we'll be excited about it. But maybe that's just me.
No, I agree. And one of the things I've noticed is the kids that get recruited to come play here, the big-time athletes, they don't put that stuff out there. I don't know. I don't think that they're more humble. I think it's that they are just more confident in their ability and their skill speaking for them, as opposed to them having to put it out themselves. So I have noticed that, but I remember when I was getting recruited, the one rule that my dad had for me was with the day that I committed, whenever it was, wherever it was, I needed to contact each of the coaches that recruited me and tell them man to man that I was not going to be coming. And he said, they've respected you a lot to bring you on their campuses, to recruit you and show you attention, and you owe it to them to respect them just as much. So that was my one rule that I had from my dad.
And that is fantastic. That is perfect. I love that. Man.
Yeah, BJ Robertson will always stick out to me in my mind. I called BJ and told him that I was going to be attending Carroll, and he could not have handled it with more class. I know you had Coach Choate on here yesterday. That program is trending upwards because of people with the character of BJ Robertson and Jeff Choate. But BJ is a fantastic man, and he could not have been happier for me and my family. And you remember the good ones like that. I always thought that was the classiest move.
My very first time talking to Coach Robertson, I actually screwed up him and Brian Armstrong. So I called him BJ Armstrong, and he goes, "Nope, I didn't play for the Bulls, and I'm not. I'm just as bald, but I didn't play for the Bulls." And I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry." It was back in 2013. It was crazy because you had Brian Armstrong at Rocky, you got BJ Robertson at Western at the time, and there's just great coaches in the Frontier, even to this day. So, are you? So after your GA is up, then what? What's next?
If I knew the answer to that, Jason, I think Cassie would be a lot happier of a wife. We don't know. And that's the thing. Everybody says in this industry, you got to be ready to move. You have to be ready to do this and do that. And, in the name of sacrifices and working up the totem pole. So we would love to stay at the University of Nebraska. That is non-negotiable. The values that they have here, the people that are here, the program, the way that this university and this athletic department is run. We have the best athletic director in the country. That is a fact. And the fact that our chancellor and our president and Bill are all on the same page on absolutely every decision that they make is, I think, rare in this industry. So we would love to stay here, but the thing is, everybody wants to work for the University of Nebraska. It's a final destination job. It really is. And, so we don't know. We would love to stay. If that opportunity presents itself, excellent. If not, we'll see. I really don't know the answer to that.
Well, that'd be awesome. If they get rid of their radio guy, let me know, will you?
Yeah, we'll do.
Because I could pretend to like Nebraska football for a while.
Hey, you might stick out like a sore thumb if you're just pretending down here. But
no, I would dive in. Like I dove into Carroll. I didn't, I dove into the Carroll family, so I could dive into Nebraska. Yeah. Plus, I love corn. I mean, corn on the cob is the best. You guys got a ton of it down there.
we got just a little. But our radio guy is Matt Davison, who is. I don't know if you remember the game, the flea kicker. It saved our national championship hopes and against Missouri. But yeah, Matt's our radio guy, so I don't think they're going to let him go anytime soon. And I'll see if I can get you in there though.
Just somehow. I mean, I don't know if my wife wants to move to Lincoln, Nebraska, but
hey, I don't know that mine did either. But.
But if we're gonna get Brett and Whitney together, then we've got to be in the same area code, I would think. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, say hi to the family. Tell Cassie we love her. We miss you guys up here in Montana, and take care of the little one for sure. And man, it's been awesome to talk with you. I'd love to talk to you more, but I know you got a class to get ready for. So appreciate your time and insight, my man.
Yeah, well, hey, I appreciate you having me on, and you take care of your ladies too. But we miss everybody back in Montana, and hope we're making everybody proud. But thank you so much for having me on and giving me a chance to talk about Nebraska. Cassie knows I can do it till the sun explodes. Really, yeah. I think she's pretty sick of it, so I think she's pretty happy that I came on here to get some of it out.
There you go.
Before I got it.
I got to get her on one day here. We'll get her on too. So catch up with the former Saint.
She's a legend.
She is a legend, definitely. I was just up in the Flathead, so Remember?
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. Yes. No, it was fun up there at Eureka. But get ready for class. Take care of the family, and we'll chat soon, my man.
All right, man. Hey, thank you again, and have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you too. That is Patrick Cosina joining us and the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. And, we could have talked more Big Ten football, but I have to let him get ready for class. He's got a 6 to 9 class tonight on Zoom. So, by the way, would you have, if you knew now what you could have known a year ago or even 7-8 months ago, buy stock in Zoom? Holy cow. Imagine how much, that'd be a pretty nice little paycheck you'd be getting, right? Appreciate Patrick. And we miss the family. They're great. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture. And when we return, we're going to talk some rodeo and also get you set for tomorrow on this day in history, the walk-off, and a whole lot more. Jason Walker Show. Coming right back, presented by Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid. New vehicles keep coming, and Capital
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rutgers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918. Or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Got some breaking news from the Billings Gazette. The town of Jordan in northwest Garfield County has been evacuated due to a wind-driven fire in Garfield County. So that is northwest of the town of Jordan. The fire is northwest of Jordan. But yeah, the town of Jordan has been evacuated as of 20 minutes ago. Local schools, the health providers from Jordan, Garfield County, Miles City, BLM, Bureau of Land Management. So, man, be safe up there. Our friends listening in Garfield County. Fire began as a burning project this morning. About noon, it was still deemed to be under control. By 1:20, the winds picked up and became out of control. So, man, be safe up there, firefighters and everybody. So, I'm sure there'll be an update tomorrow or later. Jason Walker Show back, presented by Capital Collision Center. This segment brought to you by Mark LaRoe Photography. And Mark has some fantastic stuff for sale at his website, Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery, and also marklaroephotography.com. Now, if you purchase from Mark, such as that photo behind me, you'll get 20% off by mentioning the Jason Walker Show outside Kalispell, but they are not going to happen. So in order to have a finals next year, a bigger and better one, there be no Northern Rodeo finals this year. And all year-end champs will still get their buckles and saddles, but there won't be a finals. So all of the winners after Helmville, all the leaders after the Helmville Rodeo this weekend, will be declared your NRA champs. And that's tough. It is tough. You definitely, wish the best for everybody. Tough decisions for sure. So no Northern Rodeo finals. The National Finals Rodeo on the PRCA circuit, they don't know where they're going to be. Sounds like it's not going to be in Las Vegas. A press release Monday said Vegas is not a feasible option to host this year, so the PRCA is exploring other options. This will be the first time in a long time that it won't be in the Thomas and Mack Center. They're looking at events in Texas. They're looking at it wouldn't surprise me to see the NFR in Guthrie, Oklahoma at Lazy E, with or without fans. Now, there was a response, 40,000 responses early August. The PRCA and Las Vegas events surveyed fans. 80% said they would travel to attend no matter what. There are a lot of fans that would like to see the event somewhere in Texas, according to the press release Monday from the PRCA. That was August 31st. So we will see what happens, whether there will be fans or not at the National Finals Rodeo. My guess is they're going to be. We're going to see fans. They're going to say, PRCA said they're looking at the decision on the 2020 venue to be announced by September 30th. And they will be back in Las Vegas, no question. No question. Just not there this year. So, the NCAA, by the way, non-rodeo related, is going to furlough its entire Indianapolis-based staff of about 600 employees for 3 to 8 weeks. This, however, will not affect senior executives or President Mark Emmert. Depending on position and seasonal timing of their duties, they could be furloughed up to 8 weeks. But everybody, starting September 21st to the end of January 2021, will have a mandatory 3-week furlough. Emmert and NCAA senior management taking a 20% salary reduction, and vice presidents of the NAI taking a 10% pay cut this year. And salary freezes for all employees. They also did not fill open positions. A lot of this is because there was no NCAA basketball tournament last year, so now you can see why they're really trying to push to get a tournament that next year. The tournament in March and early April accounts for nearly all of the annual revenue for the NCAA, $1.1 billion last year. So, furloughs being taken and have to be taken by certain, 600 employees. That's a lot. That is a lot of furloughed employees. Mandatory 3 weeks. Let's see. Let's get to what else do I want to hit on before we got to that? Oh, we got to the NFR. NRA. So, yeah, Helmville, Northern Rodeo this week at Helmville. If you get a chance to get over there, do. I might try to sneak over. Of course, you got Labor Day, Dillon, PRCA. A lot of people going to be down there. So, by the way, next week is when we're going to start seeing a huge increase in COVID numbers for the state of Montana because students have been back on campuses. And then 2 weeks from Labor Day, we'll see a whole bunch more. It is an opinion. If you disagree, you have the absolute freedom and the right to tweet me, Facebook me, email me, call me, text me, whatever. Back in the old days, we used to have a liner for radio that used to say, ring me, ding me, dial me, push my buttons, and do me cordless. But everything's on the cell phone nowadays, smartphones. So, does anybody still have a flip phone, by the way? Trying to figure out if I know anybody that still has a flip phone. They're easier, right? Yesterday's question. Did you do any thinking? Would you rather throw a no-hitter or be married to Kate Upton? Posed the question to my wife, and she said Kate Upton. And yeah, absolutely. What's the question today? What were we just... Oh, do you still have a flip phone? Let me know. Do you still have a flip phone? Send pictures of your flip phone, not anything else. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It is National Blueberry Popsicle Day. Gross. Favorite color of favorite 3, 2, 1. Favorite flavor of popsicle. You can email jasonwalkersports@gmail.com. You can tweet @jwalkersports. You can Facebook, text, call, whatever. Popsicle Day today. But what is your favorite flavor of popsicle? It is National VJ Day officially. We talked about this yesterday. So it marks the formal surrender of Japan aboard the USS Missouri, marking the end of World War II. Now, today, September the 2nd, is the Japanese date. It was September the 1st in the U.S. So in the U.S., we celebrate California Country Club. It's his third consecutive PGA Tour event win and 11th title of the season, and the second time in the year that he'd won 3 straight tournaments. One of the greatest seasons ever in professional golf. 1960, Tamara and Irina Press of the Soviet Union became the first sisters to win Olympic gold medals. Tamara won the Rome Olympic shot put one day after Irina took the 80-meter hurdles. 1960 as well, in Rome, Wilma Rudolph wins the coveted 100-meter gold in 11 seconds. The first of 3 gold medals for Wilma Rudolph. 1965, Ernie Banks of the Cubs hit his Major League 400th career home run off Curt Simmons. Why is Curt Simmons important? Because 2 years earlier, in 1963, Simmons had given up Willie Mays' 400th career home run. Not a list you probably want to be a part of. 1972, Milt Pappas of the Cubs threw a no-hitter against the Padres, which, ridiculous. 1941, John Thompson was the first black coach to win a national championship with Georgetown in 1984. He just passed away. Was it Sunday? 1948, Terry Bradshaw was born. Is he 72 now? Jimmy Connors was born on this date in 1952, the 8-time Grand Slam winner. Eric Dickerson born on this date in 1960, the Hall of Fame running back. And there was an attempted bank robbery in Bozeman today. They caught the suspect outside Livingston. But today, in 1798, was the first bank robbery in the U.S. The Bank of Pennsylvania was robbed of $162,821. Carpenter's Hall, Philadelphia. The first bank robbery. How about that? This date in 1798. It was a while ago. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, so the walk-off is brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. They are open until 8 p.m. tonight and tomorrow and Friday. Saturday 9 to 3, closed on Sunday. Open 11 to 3 on Mondays. But I want you to stop by. Say hi to Miss Lou. Get yourself some beignets. Get yourself a breakfast wrap. Your choice of ham, turkey, and andouille sausage or Italian sausage. Wow. I'll have to try the breakfast wrap before golf tomorrow, maybe. Beignets, though, so good. So good. So stop by Cafe Zydeco, 625 Euclid in Helena, also in Bozeman. And we'll call it a cancel culture type move. There is a new rule this year requiring all pros, even those who are married to another pro, to be quarantined apart from one another. So that is to prevent the elimination of two pros and their celebrity partner should one test positive for COVID. Good Lord. So September 14th, a new season, Dancing with the Stars, season 29. Here's who's going to be on it. Monica Aldama. She is the cheer coach for the Bulldogs cheer team from Navarro College in Corsicana, Texas. The team's won 14 NCAA national championships in junior college division. They were featured on the Netflix docuseries Cheer. Speaking of Netflix, Carol Baskin will be on it. Yep, that Carol Baskin from Tiger King. Joe Exotic. I bet you Carol Baskin will absolutely kill on Dancing with the Stars. Caitlin Bristow, who... she was the lead season 11 Bachelorette, was also on season 19 of The Bachelor, gave her final rose to Sean Booth. They became engaged, then they broke up. She's now dating another dude. Vernon Davis, the former tight end, won a Super Bowl with Denver, also played with the 49ers, the Saints, and the Redskins. Now just the Washington football team. Retired in 2020. Anne Heche, the actress, will be on. What has she done recently? Nothing? She was on a Lifetime movie, and most recently has been singing on Chicago PD. No idea what Chicago PD is. Sky Jackson, Disney Channel alum, was on Jessie, and has appeared in a video, plays Glory Grant on Marvel Rising projects. Justina Machado is an actress, 6 Feet Under, One Day at a Time. Jeannie Mai hosts the Real daytime talk show. Okay. AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys. Wow. Jesse Metcalf, Desperate Housewives. John Tucker Must Die. Nelly is going to be on. Nelly, also known as Cornell Irel Haynes Jr. Nelly will be on. Charles Oakley, former NBA star, Knicks, Bulls, 56. Nev Schulman will be on, host of Catfish. Chriselle Stassi, All My Children Date, so she's a soap opera star. Johnny Weir, the Olympic figure skater, and now works with NBC. Also a very, very big LGBTQ activist. Johnny Weir's 36. Wow. Yeah. On teasing what he'll wear for Dancing with the Stars, Weir said, quote, "Let's just say it's going to be loud and big and sparkly and everything you'd expect," end quote. So there you go. There is your Dancing with the Stars. September 14th. I don't know. I don't think I'll watch this year. It's just every other year or so you watch. Yellowstone County will allow schools to make their own decisions. That's what we learned today as well. Big thanks to Patrick Cosino for joining us all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska. Well, tomorrow, Nicole Rigoni. That's what she said. Pac-12 analyst will join us for the first of her Thursday conversations. Looking forward to that. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you back here. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com if you'd like to re-listen or rewatch, rehash, redo anything We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Your customer service, nobody does it better than Capital Collision Center. See you back here tomorrow at 4. JasonWalkerShow.com. Bye.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch,